I just came in from outside and I was just wandering around, picking the burrs out of the grass and visiting all the flowers that are blooming. October, but I have 3 roses and a rosebud, and my passion flower vines, the wild ones, have produced some fruit, which I'm hoping won't go to the deer and the coons and the squirrels and things. And what else? Oh, I have a crepe myrtle. And my goodness, it has fragrance besides an indescribable dark purple violet strange color that's just exquisite. It just lifts me up. And then I used to feed the birds, but I got pretty weak. In these last 3 years, my bird feeders have gone empty. Okay? Nothing. Not a bite. And yet, this year, some little plants came up all around the base of where those feeders were. And I thought, my goodness, if they've survived for that long, I want to see what they are. So they didn't get mowed down. I asked them not to mow them down, and oh my goodness! I went out today and they produced the most beautiful silvery blue flowers. Kind of a big trumpet kind of flower, not a petunia, but I don't know what they are. They're little vines, but they're exquisite, and it just makes me cry. It's all so beautiful, I just don't know what to say, and it's all wild. Well, the crepe myrtles aren't wild, and I guess the roses aren't, but anyway, I'm just so blessed. It just brings the tears on. So anyway, I came back inside and I found something had happened in my awareness. And I want to share it because, I'm just another you. Ain't nothing special here. And you got to believe that, okay? I know my stuff gets kind of wild sometimes, but just get rid of all the limits. If you'll stay out of your head, you'll be fine with that. Just go in your heart when it seems too way out there and just skip over it. Ignore it, just let it go. So anyway, here's the deal. We know, and we've been working for some time on disidentifying from the body, and just as importantly, the mind. The mind is the source of all of our troubles, all of our difficulties, our challenges, even the pain, all of that. It's all mind-based, and it takes a while to see it, and, well, you can see it instantly. But it's so woven into the structure and the fabric of the culture of Western civilization mostly, that we're just, it takes a while to pull out the threads. It's all woven in. And so we're becoming sovereign beings. That means we're taking our power back. Yep. We're becoming empowered. All right. This is another step in that, and I think you might find it helpful. Here's what has happened. Now, I go on these cosmic trips a lot of the times. I walk around mostly pretty well centered in heart, and that's a blessing. And it didn't take so awfully long to develop that focus. That's all it is. It's just a focus of where the attention is. You can be in your heart and in deep silence even when there's all kinds of stuff going on all around you. That doesn't matter. Your circumstances, nothing has power over you, friends. Nothing. But admittedly, it's easier for us hermits to develop this and find this. Come on, I know that. I know that. So anyway, but I'm here as a servant to you. And so what I find, I share. And here it is. I am in love with Gaia, with nature. I have learned, and Anastasia was my biggest help with this. I have learned how nature herself produces the deepest healing you could want. I mean, it's very deep. And I can't say I understand it, but I don't need to. I just know that it is what it is. And so with barefoot coffee and all the rest of it, gazing at the sun, walking around, visiting with the trees. I whistle back at the birds, even though I can't whistle worth a darn. You know? But anyway, spending time in nature itself without doing anything, just being, produces healing. Try it. Okay? I don't care what piece of nature you've got. Put your feet on the ground, on the real ground, not the cement and stuff. Find a patch of lawn, anything, you know, a bush that you've planted. Sit and meditate by that. Heck, why not? You know, you're not limited to the body. That's the big deal here. We're not limited to these bodies. The greater reality is that we contain the bodies. They don't contain us even. But we won't go there for now. Let's just say the body is a wonderful container and we wear it. It's a suit of clothes and we put it on to make an appearance in this play, in this drama. Okay, but then we tend to get locked into it. There's a lot of matrices and structures and frequencies and all kinds of things that have a tendency to lock us down in lower vibrations and frequencies, to limit our ability to connect with the fullness of self. But that's what awakening is, ho-ho. That's what we're breaking out of. So, I've got my house out here. I've got nice lawn all around. I love zoysia grass, by the way. If you are putting in a lawn, I ask you to consider if it will grow in your space to grow it. It's just wonderful beyond anything, and it hardly needs mowing compared to other grasses. And it chokes out all the weeds. I don't have to pick the cockleburs out of my zoysia. But anyway, okay, so I have lilacs all around, you know, at the four corners of the place, and I've told you I've got this and that growing, and step out a little ways and I've got pines and oaks in a woodland, all right? And I'm on a small hill here in the foothills of the Ozarks, so I'm in a nice situation. Now, I have things growing all around. I have a tree right outside my bedroom window. Oh my goodness! It's a great big tall majestic pine and I love it. All right, so these things, they're my friends, and whenever anything puts on a bloom or does anything special, you know, I go around and I share love with it and I offer it thanks. When I'm pulling up the cockleburs, those that come up by the root, I give them thanks. You know, I've told them I don't want them growing here, and so the ones that are cooperative like that, they get a thank you. I'm not kidding you now. You can have a real relationship with nature. And she begins sharing with you too, but let's not go there. Okay, here's what's happened to me now. When I came back into the house this time, I don't feel the roof and the walls as surrounding or limiting or containing me now. I'm very aware as I walk through the rooms of the house what's just outside there. I'm out there with that too. Isn't that interesting? I think it is. It feels really wonderful. I mean, I call to the sun all the time. You know, the sun shines 24/7. 24/7. At midnight, we can still make connection with the sun. So, you know, those things, those are nice habits, but this is a special gift. I feel like a veil, or I don't know what it is. I was going to say a veil has been lifted, but I don't know if it's that. I just know I have right now a sense of expanded awareness, and it extends out all around my house to all the plants and the grasses and the trees and the birds and the bushes and whatever, you know. Okay? And it feels so good. Ooh. All right. I just wanted to share that making connection with nature is healing. It heals on very, very deep levels. It really does. And this is my latest present, and so I came right here to share it with you. Breaking out of the boxes we've put ourselves in. You know, none of them are locked. Sure, there's boxes and boxes, but we can get out of each and every one of them, you know? We're much greater, much, much greater than we can know in our current 3D state. We have to reach up higher in order to be aware of any of the vastness that we are. But here's the trick, dear ones. We are already that. It's nothing we have to go become. We don't have to earn it. We don't have to beg for it. We don't even have to pray for it. It just is. We just have to open our eyes to it. God already gave it to us. You know? I think it even says in the book somewhere that He knows what you want even before you ask. And so it's all provided. You can come at this from whatever your philosophical bent is. It all works. It does. Doesn't matter. You follow your heart. You do this your way. But I think what I'm offering here is pretty general. I think it'll generalize pretty well to you, wherever you are. And so, with love to you, I invite you into your kingdom of heart and into the expansion that it brings. Good day, good lives, and God bless. My goodness, it has fragrance besides an indescribable dark purple violet strange color that's just exquisite. It just lifts me up. And then I have, well, I used to feed the bird base of where those feeders were. And I thought, my goodness, if they've survived for that long, I want to see what they are. So they didn't get mowed down. I asked them not to mow them down, and oh my goodness! I went out to, but I got pretty weak. In these last 3 years, my bird feeders have gone empty. Okay? Nothing. Not a bite. And yet, this year, some little plants came up all around the bay. I just came in from outside, and I was just wandering around, picking the burrs out of the grass and visiting all the flowers that are blooming. October, but I have 3 roses and a rosebud, and my passion flower vines, the wild ones, have produced some fruit, which I'm hoping won't go to the deer and the coons and the squirrels and things. And what else? Oh, I have a crepe myrtle. And you know,